Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Last we left off, I'm lost. Where am I going again? Ah. Not that way, though. I'm going back to the camp. I'm going to get attacked by more werewolves and wolves.
Let's get started.
But seriously, stop attacking me. It leads to death. You will die if you attack me. Why is this so hard to understand? Meanwhile, I'm doing such a fantastic job of trying to make peace with the freaking werewolves by killing every one of them. How do you get stuck on a bridge? Autosave? Oh. Okay. But I'm gonna go back to the camp. I have some questions. Apparently for a bear.
Die already!
Okay. Back off, bears.
Down you go!
You will not stop. Really?
I think we work well together.
You think? I don't know. Okay, which way am I going? Because I got lost. Not that way. This way. Stop autosaving. There is no need. So, I have some questions for Zathrian now.
Yes? What is it you need? Have you news?
I found one of your hunters in the forest.
Yes, Mithra told me you returned with Dagon. I was able to heal his wounds, and he has not developed the curse. If you have not spoken to him already, you should seek him out. I understand he wishes to see you before you return to the forest again. Have you any other news?
I spoke to Lanaya about you.
And what did she have to say?
She told me you lost your family, but wouldn't say how.
I would rather not speak of it. It is very painful for me, even now after so long. The werewolves were responsible. That is all you need to know, and should adequately explain my hatred of them, no? Let us leave it at that.
She said that you have been keeper for a very long time.
That's true. Hundreds of years, if you must know. Slowly the Dalish will all know once again the agelessness of the elves. For now, only a few of us have regained that ability. But I cannot say any more on that. I trust your curiosity is sated.
For the moment, I should go.
I must return to...
Yeah, I'm gonna skip his dialogue. Because
Yes.
I have some other questions.
What is it you need? Have you news?
I have some questions for you.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
Could you tell me what happened to Delilah?
She was one of the first to succumb to the curse. She is dead.
Are you sure of that? Athras doesn't seem to think so.
Athras is a grief-stricken man who seeks hope that does not exist. He will accept what has happened in time.
I need to discuss something I discovered in the forest.
Yes. What is it?
Do you know anything about a werewolf named Swiftrunner?
I was not aware they have names. But no, I know nothing about any swift runner.
Have you Did you know that some of the werewolves can speak?
Speak? You mean speak actual words? That
No.
seems unlikely.
I mean
They are
gibberish.
savage beasts. Even if they could speak, I doubt they would have anything worthwhile to say.
Have you tried talking to them at all?
I think you can see for yourself what the end result of such a venture will be. Intelligent or not, they are hardly peaceful. The werewolves are unimportant. It is Witherfang whom you must seek out. And if they keep you from him, then your course is clear.
Do you know anything about a strange hermit in the forest?
Was it a Shemlin hermit? If so, I have heard of such a man. A blood mage hiding from the circle of magi. He built a tower in the forest long ago, and then it disappeared mysteriously. And I assumed he along with it.
Have you ever encountered a rhyming oak tree in the forest?
We call those possessed trees Sylvans. The only ones I have ever encountered were little more than berserk killers. I am surprised you found one self-possessed enough to speak with you. Never mind rhyme.
I should go.
I must return to caring for my
Oh.
Creator's speed on your way.
I suppose there was one more question, but I'll leave it at that for now. But there is someone else. There we go. Yo, I have some, where are you going, Charlotte? I have some iron bark for you.
What do you wish?
I found some iron bark for you.
Truly? Let me see. Yes, that is indeed iron bark, and a substantial quantity of it as well. Well done. An agreement is an agreement, and I will craft something from this wood for you. What would you like? A bow? Or perhaps a breastplate?
Neither. I'm sure your clan needs it more than I do.
I must admit I'm surprised to witness such generosity from an outsider. You have my thanks, and the thanks of my clan for this gift. I will not allow your generosity to go without at least some reward. Come, I shall make something of the wood you bring. I've reformed the wood to my will. It is but a small token of our gratitude, but take it, my blessing.
Apprentice dude? There isn't anything there. I just imagine him making the noises with that mouth, with his mouth rather. Alright. And I did just want to check something, and maybe a conversation that happens exclusively in camp.
Is it permissible for two Grey Wardens to... Oh, what is the word I search for?
Caboodle?
Fraternize.
What's wrong with fraternizing?
It seems most undisciplined for an organization that claims it will do whatever is necessary to end the Darkspawn threat.
One thing has nothing to do with the other.
Oh no? And what if the Grey Warden was forced to choose between the Warden he loved and ending the Blight? What should his choice be?
That is a ridiculous question.
And I have my answer. Most kind of you.
I wonder if that was meant to be foreshadowing. But anyway, onwards to camp. I said onwards to camp. Which means load the camp, please.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
Yes, you had me quite worried.
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. You spoke to Petra, did you not? She told you I saved her from a demon. I did, but I did not survive that encounter.
This case of death is taking a while to kick in, then.
Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back firmly but gently, as a mother would a child eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
That's an amazing story.
The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
How long will the spirit last?
I do not know. I can feel when the spirit weakens, so I should have fair warning. But come, let us not talk about this. There is time yet.
Wow. So, technically, Wynne's an abomination.
What's on your mind?
Why did the spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams, because I knew they were there.
What about demons?
I could sense the demons, too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Do spirits watch people like that?
I suppose they must. It is these benevolent spirits that create our dream worlds in the Fade. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
You mean it protected you?
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
And also in your fight with Petra's demon.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time, so generously given to me.
I'm glad you think traveling with me is worthy of your time.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare her for the task that is yet before her. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger wagging.
I'll hold you to that promise.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help.
Aw, sweet conversation. Well, I think I can
What's
press
on
her
your
one
mind?
more time. Is there something we can do to cure you?
Cure me? What, am I sick now?
I guess death isn't an illness, is it?
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child, your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
You're not afraid?
People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content. It is enough.
Are you content?
I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we?
I guess that we will.
What's on your mind?
Do you have any regrets at all?
I try not to dwell too much on the mistakes of my past, of which there are many. I would go quite mad if I did that.
As
But
would
I do
anyone.
have one regret. The greatest misstep of my life. Made even more grave because it had dire consequences for someone else.
What did you do?
Years ago, I was assigned as mentor to a lad, Anarin. He was my first apprentice. Anarin was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans, especially humans in authority.
I can see how this could be trouble.
What Anarin needed was time. Time to get used to his new home, time to emerge from his shell, so we could build a rapport. I gave him no such time. I was young and arrogant. He is a mage, I thought. He needs to grow up and act like one. I expected too much from him too quickly. I gave no consideration to his origin or his feelings, and he retreated further from me. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent and his potential just to be difficult.
Was he talented?
Oh, very much so. Sometimes I would catch him practicing on his own, but if I asked him to show me what he could do, he would freeze up or fumble terribly. You cannot plant crops in the cold, wintry ground. You cannot teach a student who is closed off and unresponsive. Patience is what is needed, and I learned that too late to help him.
What happened to Anarin?
Anarin ran away from the circle one night. I had berated him over some trivial, ridiculous matter that I no longer remember. I drove him away because of something utterly unimportant. He was a child, 14 at the time of his leaving. They had his phylactery, and they hunted him down.
Phylactery?
The phylactery is a vial of blood taken from a mage. But blood is connected to life, and your blood can be used to track you down. They called him Maleficar, a mage who practices forbidden magic, deserving of death. He was a child, misunderstood and lost. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from them. I was his mentor, and they wouldn't even tell me what became of him.
It's not your fault, Wynne.
I should have known better. I had the best mentors. They were kind, compassionate. Why didn't I learn from them? I failed in Aaron. All I had to do was listen to him. He would try to talk to me, and I would tell him to concentrate on his spells. He talked about the alienage sometimes, and the Dalish. He always talked about looking for the Dalish elves.
I think it's time to forgive yourself.
The apprentices that came after Aaron benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, he was my teacher, and I his student.
Then maybe his sacrifice was worthwhile.
And there it is. My story, my one greatest regret.
Well, I can understand how that would lead to regret. I can't say that I necessarily agree. I think you have other things, you mentioned the sun and all. I would be probably more regretful of that.
Indeed.
Wait, what? No, I want Wynne, not Puppy. Love Puppy to death, but I'm not taking Surratt with me into the Brazilian forest. I've seen what he's been doing in his Let's Play. Okay.
Why
And...
do you always go on about how stupid I am? I'm not stupid, am I?
If you need to ask the question...
Because it hurts my manly feelings, you know. Or one of them.
Then I'll be sure to write you an apology once all of this is over.
I was educated by the Chantry. I studied history. They don't make stupid Templars.
Then I must have been mistaken. I'm very impressed.
No, you're not. You're not even listening to me.
My, you are smarter than you look after all. Your Chantry must have been very proud.
Shut up, Morrigan. I mean, he may be on the slow side, but... I mean... Shut up, Morrigan. Anyway, on that note, I think it's about time to cut the video off. But I will see you in the next installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins, where we continue going through the forest again, and possibly helping out that poor Grand Oak getting his acorn back. Anyway, see you next time, folks.